Immaculee Ilibagiza has been described as a transcendently spiritual woman who shines a light that captures everyone within her boundaries. For those who may not know her, she's one of the few who survived the Rwandan genocide back in 1994. Immaculee believes she was left to tell her story so future generations don't commit the same atrocities. Steve Kiltonick now has the story of a remarkable woman who is a living example of faith put into action. We caution you, though, that some of the images in this piece are disturbing and graphic.
Rwanda is a green, hilly, tranquil country located in south-central Africa. But in 1994, this peaceful land was transformed into a killing field. In just 100 days, 800,000 people were slaughtered in one of history's worst cases of genocide. Rwanda's minority tribe, the Tutsis, nearly disappeared. 3 out of every 4 Tutsis in Rwanda died at the hands of the majority Hutus, who murdered men, women, children, entire families and villages with machetes, spears, and knives. One Tutsi woman who miraculously survived visited St. Mary's Church in Westfield to tell her story of unwavering faith, unconditional love, and unbelievable forgiveness. On January 27th, Immaculee Ilibagiza shared her remarkable story with students, faculty, parishioners, and members of the Western Mass chapter of Legatus, who along with St. Mary's sponsored the talk. Immaculee explained that the Holocaust had been foretold to Rwandans 13 years before by the Blessed Virgin Mary, who appeared to 8 children in the remote village of Kibeho.
She showed the children people killing each other with machetes, guns, rivers full of blood and dead bodies. And she said, "My children, this is going to happen to your country if you don't come back to God."
Immaculee grew up in a loving Catholic family with 3 brothers. Her father was the director of Catholic schools in her village, her mother a teacher. She was 22, a student in college and home for Easter holiday, when a plane carrying the country's Hutu president mysteriously crashed. On the radio, Hutus were told to gather arms and kill Tutsis, who were called cockroaches. Within hours, the genocide started. Fearing for his daughter's life, her father sent her to hide in the home of a neighbor, a Protestant Hutu pastor whom he trusted. He hid Immaculee and 7 other women in a small upstairs bathroom behind a dresser.
We couldn't really sit well. The youngest was 7 years old. She had to sit on our lap. He told us not to speak to each other, not to make any noise, not even to flush the water of the bathroom until somebody is flushing the water in the next bathroom. He only was able to bring us food at night, and he would bring 1 plate, the leftovers of his children, the food they ate and mashed up and throw in the garbage.
After a week, mobs of Hutus started to search for Tutsis in hiding. One day, a mob of about 400 men, some of whom went to school with Immaculee, stormed the pastor's house. Huddled inside the tiny 3-by-4-foot size bathroom with 7 other women, Immaculee could hear outside the sounds of the Hutu on their killing rampage. She was able to survive only through prayer and a set of rosary beads her devout Catholic father had given to her before she went into hiding. She admits, though, that forgiving wasn't easy.
There's a moment when they were 5 inches away from us. I didn't know if even God existed. That is the time I begged him, "Please help me. I can die next week, but today, don't let them find the door of the bathroom. I don't want to be surprised dying like this."
The killers, for reasons she still can't explain, never opened the door. Immaculee then gave her heart completely to God, praying morning until night.
So when my eyes opened, I picked up the rosary my father had given me, and I started to say it. Say it, 1 rosary. And around the mysteries, I will meditate on the mysteries. So I remember, though, I made an effort to say 27 rosaries, and then I said 40 Divine Mercy Chaplet every night.
Immaculee endured an intense inner battle for her soul, either trust in God or succumb to paralyzing fear, despair, and the devil. The evil and good voices inside her fought for control.
They're going to kill you. If they didn't find you yesterday, they will find you tomorrow. You're nothing. Even if God exists, He doesn't care about you. And I would feel the fear, anger.
Immaculee felt hatred toward the killers and struggled with the words in the Lord's Prayer, "Forgive those who trespass against us." She reached an epiphany. Hating the killers prevented her from trusting God.
I have to forgive. And even if I don't feel like I can, I ask God to help me. But that time, it was really almost like God guiding you, just like transforming you on His own time and pushing you through pain.
After 91 days inside the bathroom, the woman escaped to a French refugee camp. Here she learned the fate of her family.
They were dead. My mom, my dad, my two brothers, my grandpa, my grandma, my uncles, aunt, my neighbors, my friends, my schoolmates.
The only family member to survive was her brother Immaculee, who was in school outside Rwanda during the genocide. Later, Immaculee met and forgave the leader of the gang who killed her mother and brother. After the genocide, Immaculee worked for several years with the United Nations, emigrating to the U.S. in 1998. Married now with 2 children, she established the Left to Tell charitable fund.
So it's helping kids in Rwanda. We have about 500 children. We give scholarship in Rwanda. We build a school in Liberia.
In 2006, Immaculee wrote the best-selling book Left to Tell, which chronicles her harrowing journey. She's also written 4 other books and produced various CDs on her experience. Left to Tell was required reading for seniors at St. Mary's High School. Many were inspired by her talk.
Seeing what she had to go through and seeing that she forgave those people and was able to give her brother's killer a hug, that's one thing that I can apply to my everyday life.
She's really charismatic, but she has like a peaceful presence, like really serene, and somehow that just like added to her character for me, just because I could see like how God had affected her.
Today, Immaculee is one of the world's leading speakers on peace, faith, and forgiveness. She has received numerous humanitarian awards and has appeared on numerous media, including 60 Minutes. Immaculee says she's hopeful for Rwanda's future.
What we take to Rwanda to hear is love. It was hatred that have destroyed the country. It is love that will build it. Many innocent people who died during the genocide, I truly believe it is their blood that is now cleansing the country.
But, she said, it may take 100 years before true healing takes place. After all, those who have lived through the genocide are gone. Now the wounds are still too fresh.
I lost my family, but I have you all. I feel like the whole world has become my family. And if anything, again, I want you to take from my story, if I can forgive, anyone can forgive.
For more on Immaculee's story, log on to immaculee.com. For Real to Real, I'm Steve Kiltonic.